Hey there, I'm Jamey from Stillmeyer Games, and today I'm excited to talk about my favorite mechanism in the game, Earthborne Rangers. So in Earthborne Rangers, the concept is that it is a fairly open world game where you can choose what's important to you. It is a game that focuses on intrinsic motivations. You have this big map, and you can explore this valley as you wish, going from location to location. Each location has its own deck of a kind of the natural element of that region, plus some cards specific to that specific location. And you're going through that deck and doing different things based on things that you discover along the way. So you might discover someone who wants you to, who is hoping that you'll build them a boat, and you'll find a way to build them a boat if you want to, or you don't have to. The game is very loosey-goosey in that way. My favorite mechanism in the game, there's a lot more to the game. You can watch some videos about it if you want to learn all the little intricacies about it. There are a lot of little rules to follow and figure out and remember. But my favorite mechanism in the game is that there are no AI turns. This is a fully cooperative game, and there are obstacles that you will encounter along the way. Predators, actual obstacles getting in between you and the path that you're trying to walk on, things like that. And but there's no turn for those obstacles. There's no turn in the game that says, okay, you take a turn, the AI takes a turn. And I really like this concept in general in games, in cooperative games in particular, because I think players have more fun when they are taking the turns, not when they are taking the turn on behalf of someone else, especially someone else that they are opposing in general in a cooperative game. And this game does some really interesting things to create not only no AI turns, but some interactions between you and the AI, you and these predators, these obstacles, these other cards in the world, and even those between those cards themselves. So I'll show you a photo here that on Board Game Geek from Pacemaker Bug. Thank you for uploading this photo. So whenever you do, on most of your turns, you're either playing a card or you are doing a test. And when you do a test, you end up revealing this card right here. So if I took a test, a fitness test, then there's no modifier to the amount of energy, the amount of effort that I put into this test. So I resolve the test using this top part of the card. Then at the end of the test, before I'm done, I look at this bottom part of the card, and this is one of three colors. And I look at all cards that are in play that match this color. So these are some cards in play right now. Here's a weather card. These are German language cards, but here's a weather card that tells you kind of the current weather of the day. And here's another card down here, a little, it looks like a feature, maybe a little house that you encounter. I don't know. I didn't find that in my game. And it has this yellow section down here. So because this yellow part of the card came up during my challenge, so during my turn, then I need to activate, or at least look at all the cards and potentially activate cards that are in play that have that yellow sunshine banner. And I need to do what they say. And some of them might say, it's really a wide variety. They're all thematically designed. Like some of them might have you interact with that card a little bit. Sometimes that card interacts with you. And sometimes, and I think quite ingeniously, sometimes that card interacts with something else in play. So purely hypothetically, it might say something like it might be a rabbit in the forest, and a certain condition may come up. These conditions might come up that say that something scares the rabbit and it attracts a predator. And so it might refresh a predator card that's already out there. It might have you go through the deck and find a predator card because the predator has noticed this rabbit that's acting a little weird. Or maybe the rabbit's skittishness was a sign that the predator was coming. And so I really think it's neat that not only is there no AI turn, and that the AI can interact with you, not on every turn, but on some turns, but when you do these challenges and when that specific color comes up, but also that it creates this living world out in front of you with these creatures and obstacles and other elements and people interacting with each other sometimes too. Again, not all the time, just sometimes, which seems more lifelike and more realistic rather than them always doing something every time you do something on your turn. So I really like this element in Earthborne Rangers, this living world that spreads out in front of you as you're exploring the world. If you can think of another game that does this, that doesn't, maybe a cooperative game that doesn't have AI turns, particularly a cooperative game maybe where the elements of the game are sometimes interacting with each other and not just with the players, which I think is fascinating. Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Or if you've played Earthborne Rangers, relatively new game, but if you played it and you have some thoughts about your favorite mechanism of the game, let me know in the comments below. Thank you.